Welcome to TerryWilson3.com, the show committed to helping you grow, protect, and enjoy your money, business, and life.
Wanted to get with you. This is really something that seems to be scratching a lot of itches, and it looks like it's pretty lucrative.
Well, it's one of the best business decisions that I've made, becoming a rep.
My intent now is being in that call center is letting people know this is the real deal. You will make money, and you don't have to have a product to promote. Just get in that call center and take calls, read a script. You will make money.
I started my own personal business 10 days ago. On Friday, I have my first 2 sales come through, and I have more pending. You do the activity, you take the time, you talk to the people.
You will make money.
I am in love with it. I don't know any other way to put it.
I really appreciate all the value you give. It's a lot, man. I look up to you a lot. You're kind of a leader in an industry where there's lots of BS.
And by the way, I love your swag. This is the Terry Wilson. Really? I'm excited, Terry. All right, I want to get started here.
Not being nice enough to the power company.
Hey guys, welcome to the show today. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone is having a good start to the front of their week. Let me turn on, let's see here. I think I can turn this on so you can at least see me. So we'll connect there. If you've got any questions, we'd love to answer them for you. And I don't know, I'm gonna move that over there because that's blocking what I want to see. But we've got a little over, let's see here, 15, 20, 25 coming in. So people are still logging in. I knew it was going to be a lower attended podcast day because we're having to do it in the middle of the day. We have sold one of our APS packages to a large church. And I'm having to do training and coaching for all the members for that particular product that we sell. It's an enterprise system for agencies and larger organizations that need lead generation, marketing, management of the particular clients that they're bringing in for whatever purposes. And this purpose is for ministry purposes, but it could be for business or whatever, which is majority of the time what it's for. But I advertised today that I wanted to talk to you guys about a few things: creating a passive income, generating leads for your business, starting a home-based business, picking a business that's right for you, and strategies to earn anywhere from $100,000 up to $500,000. So we'll sort of touch that today in our small time together. If you've got questions, Reagan is with me. Say hello, Reagan.
Hello.
Can everyone hear and see the screen? Can you see my screen, I guess?
Yeah. It's a little bit of a delay on my end, but I'm getting the live.
So you're hearing it live, and then you're also hearing what's coming through the computer. Okay. So anyway, we'd love to answer any questions. If you've got anything from I'm Terry, I'm unemployed, I'm broke, busted, and disgusted, and I just need a way to earn money, we take those, to Terry, I'm making money, I'm not going to starve tomorrow, but I'd like to earn more than what I'm making now. Is there a way I can grow my business? Anything in between, we'd be more than happy to help you with. A couple of announcements just to get out of the way real quick. First, we're having an elite conference coming up March 29th, 30th, and 31st. If you would like to attend that, we still have 2 free tickets to give away. And if you want more information on how to get those, you can go to terrywilson3.com/contact. This is a $1,300 conference that you can get free tickets if you so choose. And I will tell you, this is not a conference for everyone. There's going to be some strategies and some systems and things that are shared that, depending on how long you've been in the entrepreneurial online space, it's going to be a benefit or not. If you are just starting out as a salesperson or an entrepreneur, let's get your feet wet a little bit before you do that. And I'm just being, upfront, because this is not going to be a, entry level type conference. This is going to be, hey, I want to make $500K or more. Here's the tools I've got from you, Terry. Show me what to put a strategy together. That's sort of what that's about. So if you want more details on that, you can go to terrywilson3.com/contact. Reagan, I wish that FedEx would change the way they do business.
Oh, have you still not gotten it? That's hilarious.
And I'll tell you what's going to happen. we're going to be on this podcast and webinar right now talking to these fine folks.
You're going to hear.
And the doorbell is going to ring at any moment. I would say in the next 30 minutes. And there's going to be a truck driver out there saying, hey, I need to bring this in.
This turns into an unboxing video.
This turns into a quick unboxing video. I have ordered a digital piano, a Yamaha, and want to put it in my office here so that, I have something to do other than watch TV when I'm not working. And it was supposed to come in Friday, and then it said Saturday, and now they're saying today before 8 p.m. So who knows? Good Lord. I don't know why they do that. You would think with our modern technology.
I'm just waiting for them to say never mind. Like that's what it's, instead of estimated date, it just says never mind.
Forget about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. We'll
get to it when we get to it.
You'll get it when you get it. My word. Anyway, so hey, Mark, good to see you. Good deal. So let's talk about creating passive income. One of the things that to do to create passive income. And what is the term? When Reagan, when you hear the word passive income, what are you thinking about?
Way to generate while you're not exactly working.
Exactly. There's two ways to earn money, actively or passively. If I'm talking to you right now and said, hey, Reagan, here is this pen right here. This is a great looking pen. This pen right here is going to write checks and write deals for you that's going to net you $500,000 a year. Then you need this pen if that's the kind of money you want, because that's the type of pen you need to ink that kind of deal. So I am actively selling you something right now. I'm active. It's taking me time to talk to you. But what I just said is also being recorded. And so what could happen later is
someone hears that same thing.
You or someone else hears that same thing. And my one time working to sell this is going out to the masses. And if you have a system in place that will target those types of folks, the people that are in the market for a pen, then you've got a way of generating income passively where you're not having to continually actively sell this pen to one by one. So that's passive income. You can go to my website. I don't know if you remember about 5-6 years ago, your mom was just like knee deep into couponing. Remember that? She would go to Walgreens and Rite Aid and CVS and literally walk in with a bunch of coupons and buying things a certain way. She would come out with a cart full of stuff, and sometimes they wouldn't give her money back, but they would give her credit toward another purchase. She would literally make money to go buy stuff. Because that was coming through our process. It was longer than 5 years ago. Gosh, it's probably 8 years ago now. But we had got accustomed to really being frugal with our shopping because, we were in the process of rebuilding our business. And so I recorded a podcast 4 years ago maybe. And the podcast, it was entitled How to Cut Your Grocery Bill by 90%. And what I did was I talked about how your mom did that, some of the strategies she used. And then I said on that podcast, and I gave a website. And I says, if you can't go there, if you're in your car or you're driving or you're on a treadmill while you're listening to this, then it's going to be in the show notes. There's a link. Go there, sign up. All you have to do is put your email address in. And what'll happen is they track where you're at in the country, what grocery stores are in your area, what pharmacies are in your area. And they will send you every week coupons that are relevant to where you shop and show you exactly where the deals are and everything. And it's free of charge. I'm still getting a few $100. I mean, it's over the 4-year process. It's probably been netted about $15,000, $18,000, $20,000. I hadn't even looked, but that one podcast, talking and giving value to people. I gave them information, didn't charge them or anything. This wasn't a seminar or conference they had to come to. I did it one time, and I did it with my voice. Of course, I like to talk rather than type, and if you see my grammar and spelling, you'll understand.
Talking's probably better for you.
Talking is probably better for me, but because of all of course, even my syntax and my speech sometimes is questionable. But
It's
hopefully,
the South. You can get away with it.
exactly. Oh, what do you expect? It's like someone told me, sent me an email the other day. He said, listening to you is like listening to a Southern Baptist preacher and Ron White's attitude. That's like, well, I guess that's a compliment. I don't know.
Did you take that as a compliment or
I
an
said,
insult?
I'll take it however I don't care. I'm going to take it as a
You
compliment.
said thank you, and he was like, "That's not okay."
That's not what I intended. That was supposed to be insulting. Excuse me. But I'm trying my best not to get a cold. Everybody around us has been sick and trying to get a cold, and I've been trying to avoid it. But that is a way of creating passive income. Another way, now that's me using a podcast. Not everybody wants to create podcasts. Not everybody necessarily wants to blog. What you could do is use a bulk emailer and program it to go out once a week, once every two or twice a week, whatever. And the thing that we have in our system that's unlike, and I love MailChimp. Matter of fact, we're looking at MailChimp right now. If you guys are seeing it, do you see that on the screen? Mm-hmm. That's an email I sent out. That's from my MailChimp. But those are emails I'm sending out to people who have opted in to getting emails.
Or are you saying there should be something on the side? Because I'm not seeing it if that's what you're supposed to be displaying. I'm seeing you. That's it.
That's all you're seeing?
Yep.
Well, that is a shame. Hold on one second. Let's go here. I'm going to switch over real quick. Do you see that now?
Nope. I see the lights flashing on your screen. Oh, there we go.
Okay. So what that is that's an email I sent out talking about this particular podcast. It came from my MailChimp account. But the difference between MailChimp and Aweber and GetResponse and GVO and Click, what is that one that's called? There's another one that's pretty hot to trot that a lot of guys are talking about. The difference between those accounts and types of services versus what we offer in our membership is you can't cold email. In other words, I can't go to my store at terrywilson3.com/store, buy 1,000 filtered, scrubbed email list, and just load them up into MailChimp and send out emails. Why? Because they didn't opt in to get emails from me. Okay. That's not necessarily a law.
Just a policy.
It's just a policy. And the reason these companies do that is because if someone says, hey, I didn't subscribe to this, and you get too many complaints, then what happens is those email addresses, whoever's using those email addresses, Google, Yahoo, AOL, Hotmail, whoever the accounts are with, they get so many complaints, they'll start blocking the server that MailChimp is using. And so what happens is MailChimp service deteriorates the quality of it. So that's
less and less people they can email to.
Less and less people. And what happens is if their emails are not being opened, MailChimp can't sell their service. Right. And so that's the reason why they do it that way. So that's why our system is so powerful, because it's on what's called a roving server. It just bounces around. And as it bounces around, it's like a moving target. It's on multiple servers. And it's not to break the law, or this is not black hat marketing or anything like that. Because legally, you put in the text of the email at the bottom, hey, if you don't want to receive this, here's the way to opt out. And then the system flags it, and that email address never gets emailed again to comply with all of the regulatory demands for marketing via email. But it allows you to do what's called cold email. So if a person on here today or listening to this podcast later wanted to do some type of passive income strategy, where they're not actively constantly having to sell, then come up with some great text and content through email and say, hey, send this out. And I'll just give you a little word to the wise for you guys who are already TW3 members and are on here. What season, what time of season are we going into? What's around, you're a young guy, so this probably don't mean as much to you, but
no, let me guess.
What's around April the 15th?
Oh, it's tax season.
Yeah, what were we just talking about? The person that was complaining about who gets wealthy in this country. We said,
oh yeah,
they don't even pay taxes. So what are they complaining about?
Yeah,
I have very little patience with some people's ideological.
Getting into politics here.
Yeah. Let's back out. But so if you know that we're going into tax season, what services are sold during tax season?
Foursquare, is that the name of the?
Was a tax cut, tax act,
right, all these tax type.
All these tax services, H&R Block.
Right, that's who I was thinking of. I said Foursquare, but they have a...
That's either a church or a credit card account.
It's their logo.
Merchant account.
It's a Foursquare. It looks like their logo. It's H&R Block, though, yeah.
And I think Foursquare is also, used to be, this is showing my age a little bit in the tech world, that used to be a social media platform. You remember that? where you would share with your friends where you're at. It was called Foursquare. And I think Facebook
kind of
bought them out.
Yeah, that died. That was really big in like 2009.
Mark Zuckerberg is buying everybody.
It's that top 1%. That's what she was.
That nasty top 1% that she's using their services to complain on. So anyway, but you could if you know this is the type of season you're in, one of the everyone that's on TW3, you ought to be going back in your RMP. If you're an elite member, going direct. If you're a non-elite member, you're a plus member, you should be going in feeling, hey, you got anything with taxes? And doing what? Social media, blogging, email marketing, saying, hey, get your taxes done here, and coming up with creative ways to get people to sign up for tax services.
Right.
Because these guys pay anywhere from a couple dollars up to $50, depending on who's the service that you're promoting. So the beautiful thing about affiliate marketing, referral marketing, CPA marketing, all of these different types of marketing online strategies is it allows you to bob and weave in the ebb and flow of the market. What's going on right now? Super Bowl is going to be coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So everything that has to do with sports, guess what I'm going to be blogging about? Guess what I'm going to be saying something
sport you don't watch?
A sport that I don't even watch or care about because... and I might even, for some of my other friends on the right, I might be, trying to sell, Patriot Day DVDs, to watch instead, whatever. But I could do that, right?
Right. And
that's a way of making passively doing it one time, making passive income. Generating leads for your business is a must do and a must have. We can, but we have to be general. Okay. Reagan just sent me a private text. Sorry, guys. Generating leads for your business is a must. If you're going to be in business, if you're on today, you're listening live with us, or you're going to be listening to this podcast later, and you've gotten involved in some sort of quote unquote entrepreneurial opportunity, whether it be real estate, insurance, financial planning, maybe it's a home-based network marketing business, whatever it is, your success level, your ability to achieve your goals is going to be contingent upon how well you can generate targeted leads and then convert those leads. And I always tell new members at TW3, here's what's going to happen. There's two pain points that we got to walk through, and some get through them quicker than others. One is generating leads. We show you how to do that. I mean, step by step, button push by button push. If you do this, you'll have more people to speak with and you know what to do with if you do it the way we show you. So that alone probably helps 70% of the people that onboard with us. But then what happens is that 70%, once they get in and understand that, here comes the next portion. How do I convert those leads?
Right.
And there's a process there, and there's strategies on how to posture yourself in sales so that you're not coming on too strong. You're offering value the entire way. And you're able to monetize every lead regardless of whether the initial sale that you wanted to make was made or not. You look like you have a question.
No.
Okay.
I mean, we do have some questions I can read whenever, but
okay.
No
so
rush.
that's how you do that. So let's get into some of your questions, because I know I can pontificate here ad nauseum here. So what questions do you have?
Our first one's from Mark, and just as a general question, he's wondering, would you recommend MailChimp, GetResponse, or Aweber?
Well, I it's no secret, and I'm not an affiliate for them, so I get paid nothing to say this. I like MailChimp. I've always liked MailChimp. I've used MailChimp now for 8 or 9 years. There's a podcast I started listening to years ago. It wasn't even it was a podcast, and he went to YouTube, so I'm watching it. Jason Calacanis has got a show called This Week in Tech, and he started advertising MailChimp, and I went over there, and I'd already had an Aweber account, and it's just so much more intuitive. And especially for a new entrepreneur, if you're just starting out, I recommend MailChimp for one reason, one big reason, and that's it. It's free starting out. Until you get your first 2,000 opt-ins, it's free. Now, there are some portions and services within MailChimp you can't use on the free side, but at least they allow you to start getting, a bulk auto response email system set up and started for free. And so what that means is that what you can't do with MailChimp initially on the free side is set up ongoing campaigns to where when someone opts into the list, it goes back out automatically. But what you can do is you can capture some leads, and then go and manually send out emails and say, everybody that opted in from this time period, send them this email. And you can sort of do that manually until you get up to, as the old cliche goes, the loot is in the list. So I would tell any of you new entrepreneurs that are just starting, your first mandate to being successful in any type of business is building your list. Build your opt-ins. Because the larger your list and the longer and the higher retention rates you can keep with that list, you're just going to have better business and longer business, and you're going to have business on demand. I've got people that's been with me now for 5 or 6 years on my list, and every week coming on, hey, Terry, I've been listening to you 5 or 6 years. I've been reading your blogs, been listening to your podcast, been doing this, been doing that, and then they buy. So here again, I've just created a passive income for myself because they heard me forever, and that email that I'm sending out is generating business.
That was our main question.
Main question. Good deal.
Gary says, hey.
Gary, how are you doing, brother? How is it out in Texas?
I want to say hot, but it's probably not.
I think it's cold throughout the entire U.S. right now.
It snowed, and then it was 65 the next day, so I'm confused.
I'm telling you. So I want to, let's get over here real quick, and I want to show something, if I can pull it up on my screen here. One of the things what I was talking about with that passive income, I'm going to go ahead and hit this real quick, and then I'll bring it up so everyone can see it. I don't know if you can see that on my screen, Reagan. But here's some of our RMP stuff. And the beautiful thing about it is it's categorized. If you're an elite member, you get it broken up already into categories because you have a portal. But one of the companies I use is Ring Central. Why do I use Ring Central and I advertise for them? Is because that's the very company I'm using to manage our call center at TW3. So every person that joins TW3 buys the product, becomes a member and gets credentialed to resell and train others on it. They get put in our Ring Central account as an extension to be able to offer our products, goods, and services. But let's say, for instance, that member is a insurance agent or a real estate agent or has another business they want to promote. They can set up a Ring Central account for free for 30 days to try them out at terrywilson3.com/Ring Central, terrywilson3.com/Ring Central. Set up their own phone system there for free. And even people that are not members can go there. But that's one of my RMP links I'm showing you right there. That I can create passive income. I probably, on just promoting Ring Central, probably get a few $100s a month off of, just because people go over there that are members and non-members because they sit on my site. As a matter of fact, if you go to my website, you'll see I even have a banner ad up for them because I just like their services right here. Start a free trial today, 30% off, and plus you get a discount for using terrywilson3.com/Ring Central or going to terrywilson3.com in the top right-hand corner and just using that link. But what I'm doing right there, what I'm showing you right there, what you're hearing about in this podcast is exactly what members can do. They create content, whether it be through podcasts, whether it be through blogging, whether it be through email, whether it be through social media, and then they send them to an affiliate link or a RMP link or whatever, and they can start. And here's something, the beautiful thing about this business, guys, is I'm giving you stuff. There's nothing being sold here. I'm giving you a free trial. I'm giving you content. I'm giving you instructions. I'm enriching your entrepreneurial life. Hopefully that's my goal. I mean, some of you, I might just be like, this guy's crazy. He's boring as all. Whatever, but you're not paying anything to be here today and online. You're not, if you're listening to this recording, you didn't pay anything for it. It's just content to try to help you, motivate you, inspire you, show you ways that you can make money. And a percentage of you is going to take advantage of some of these free offers if I sent you over terrywilson3.com/free book. Because I watched or listened to an interesting statistic the other day. You'll be interested in this. What is the one common denominator in everyone who makes $500,000 or more a year? The one common denominator.
So many jokes that could be made, but I don't know.
Hush.
Just go ahead.
Don't go. No, what do you think it would be? The type of business they're in?
Oh wait, I think you've told. None of them went to college. None of them.
Well, no, that's a percentage on the.
You said something similar.
The Fortune 500 did a survey, and 80% of the Fortune 500 CEOs are college dropouts and just high. And basically, they have a high school diploma only. And my only argument there is not to argue against higher education, but to not conflate a degree with wisdom to build a business, because that's two different.
Well, what is it? Because I don't feel like I'll guess it.
You're no fun. I mean, what are you sitting there with a mic? They're readers. They consume 1 to 2 books a week. They're constantly pouring, getting and gaining more information. Now, they might be reading it on a blog.
Right.
They might be reading a book. They might be listening to a podcast, but they're consuming content. They're in this constant mode of learning what's new. And so people that listen to podcasts like this and watch it, they're already telling you that they're wanting to consume training, information, entertainment through that means. So if I can say go to terrywilson3.com/free book and get a 30-day free trial with a free book, and then if you want to cancel your service, you can. Yeah. I get paid $15. See, guys, that's the same thing you can do. There's not a person on here that can't do exactly what I did. Now, you might not want to take the time to build a podcast, but you could do it through blog. You could do it through your social media channels. Hey, guys, I just read this wonderful book. Think about it just for a second. You could go on your Facebook page right now, pick any subject matter you like. Me and Reagan could banter back and forth about politics, about sports, about music, whatever, and just entertain ourselves at least. But we could also go and post something on social media and say, hey, I just read this great book or listened to this great book about whoever. And if you want to check it out, I've got a 30-day free trial over, and send them over there. They get a free audiobook. You get $15 for sending them there. You didn't have to come up with some great funky podcast or blog or anything else. It's that simple. That is what having these tools and these resources that we talk about at TW3, that's how you create passive income. That's how you can create residual income, because some of our offers, once someone signs up for these services and they keep it, it's an ongoing monthly residual you get off of. The beautiful thing about the world we live in, guys, right now is we're all connected. It is beautiful, because if you have anything you're interested in, all you have to do is get what you're interested in front of the right people that are like you, that have the same interest, and then be able to monetize that somehow with some of these offers. So I get questions all the time, Terry, how can you make money without selling anything? Well, right there is how it is illustrated to you. Gary said, it's wonderful. Absolutely, Gary. One of the other engagement tools that...
he was referring to Texas, by the way. You asked him how Texas was. He said it's wonderful.
No, I'm going to say he was referring to what I just said.
All right, well, you'd be wrong, but that's fine.
Look, I don't know what the timing is on this response here. Anyway.
I saw it come in. It's definitely Texas.
You are just so difficult to get along with sometimes.
All right, fine. We'll say whatever you want to say it's for.
So I'm going to leave you guys with this. If you guys are on the fence of considering, is entrepreneurialism right for me? Is it wrong? What should I do? Because we've got all kinds of opportunities, guys. We've got hourly and salary. We've got, production based, anything that is, it's available to earn money. We've sort of got either in-house or we refer you over to one of our RMPs. But Tim Ferriss in his, and here's another great book. If you hadn't got it, you can get it for free over at terrywilson3.com/free book. Tim Ferriss, you know Tim Ferriss, or ever heard of Tim Ferriss? Mm-hmm. He wrote, and he's famous for his 4-Hour Work Week book.
Okay.
And what he's talking about is the same thing we talk about, how to generate income online using these various tools and getting yourself linked up with various products that will pay you to send them over. You don't even have to sell anything. Just send the traffic over and they pay you. It's wonderful. But he tells, has anyone on here heard of the parable of the Mexican fisherman?
No.
This is great.
Story time.
But this sort of illustrates, should you be an entrepreneur? Should you not? This CEO from a Fortune 500 company, MBA graduate from Harvard, was down in Mexico in some coastal area, and he wasn't getting I don't know what the reasoning he had to leave his hotel. I don't know if it's bad cell signal. I don't know what the story is, so I don't remember. But he had to get out of the hotel and get out to where he'd get better cell signal or something. Something compelled him to leave the hotel and go out to the coastline, and he noticed this fisherman, and he saw the fisherman was coming in, at about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, and he says, hey, you out fishing today for fun? What? And he goes, no, that I do this for a living. And he said, oh, really? He said, yeah. He says, how long have you been doing it? He says, I've been doing it for 10 years now. He says, really? He says, you make a lot of money fishing. He says, oh, yes, my friend. And he talks about how he goes out for a couple hours a day, and he catches enough fish to feed his family and to help some of his friends. And he says he makes enough off the sales of the fish that he goes home and he takes a afternoon siesta with his wife, and then he goes into the clubs at night and has drinks with his friends. And he's a guitar player and likes to play at night and just hang out and have fun, and then just enjoy living on the coast there in whatever the beautiful city is in Mexico. And the MBA graduate says, what are you doing? You're making money doing this? Oh, yes, my friend. He says, well, this is what you need to do. Instead of working 2 hours in the morning, you need to be working 6 hours all day. Build it up to where you can buy 3 and 4 boats. And then you can move to California and get a team that will manage those boats. And then you grow the fleet, and then you set up your own distribution, so you don't even have the middleman anymore, and you can go distribute straight to the consumer, and then you can grow your business. And he was talking about all the things that he could do in his business. And the story says he ends up in New York through this process of building this huge conglomerate and what it could do and what it would be. He says, well, how long would it take? He said, well, we're talking 25, 30 years it'd take to get to this level, but you'd make so much money. He says, well, what happens when I get it to that level? He says, well, then we get your IPO, we sell it, you're going to make millions. He goes, well, then what? He goes, well, then you can retire and move to some coastal village and, have afternoon naps and drink with your friends. And so the whole point of the story was, guys, if you have your own thing and you got your own niche and you can make what you want to make with the tools you got, I don't want to tell everybody what time, our household got up this morning, because I don't think it's advisable. But, there is a strategy in today's modern world that any person on this call today or anybody listening to this podcast can make some really good money and not have to sweat and toil 8 and 12, 14 hours a day. That doesn't mean that you're not going to have to work like that at first to get it launched. Let me be very clear on that. When you first launch your business, depending on what level of success you want, because Reagan will tell you, when we first launched this, I was working non-stop. Yeah. But at some point, you get your infrastructure in place. You get your blog set up the way we show you. You get that content out there. You start targeting people and generating leads the way we show you. You start capturing all of these leads, and you automate your process in following up with them. I'm telling you, life can be a lot of fun. It don't have to be a dredge. What are you doing?
Alicia said she's getting gas. Just making sure she got there okay.
So you're texting your girlfriend over there.
Just making sure she got
We're
there
on a
okay.
live podcast with people that are here wanting good information.
Gary said, I invited my list here today. That happened a few minutes ago.
Thank you, Gary. We appreciate that.
Didn't want to interrupt your...
Didn't want to interrupt my complaining about... All right, guys. Well, do we have any questions about how you can earn more from home? You can start your own business. If not, we hope that tonight. And let me make sure I've captured everything that I said I would go over. Picking a business right for you is going to be basically working through that referral marketing, because some of you guys have come from insurance, real estate. Some of you have a mechanical background. It doesn't matter what your background. You can take the knowledge that you have through your work experience, through your formal education, and build a very nice, lucrative business around it. And then the strategies to earn 100 to 500K is just simply scaling that engagement. So
we got one question. This one's from Jose. I plan on becoming a sales rep and trainer member, and that doesn't include the RMP. Can I purchase the RMP separately?
Yes, for an additional whatever it is between $597 and $1,297. That's the difference in the package. And the reason there's that difference is because to get you credentialed with our RNP folks, there has to be some training that takes place, and there needs to be some one-on-one time. You need to have certain skill sets set before they will approve you. That's not us, that's them, and that's what the extra cost is. But Jose, what you could do is come on board as a sales rep and trainer, start making money at reselling our system and training others on the system, the various tools. Start making some money and then just cash flow it and then upgrade as you go. So, And Plus members have limitations that Elite members don't have. As a Plus member, you don't have a direct contract. You're working through us directly or your Elite member that sold you the system. And so they have an override on all of your RMP business. But what happens is once you become an Elite member, you have direct contracts with not just one or two, but several. And as you get contracted with one and producing results with the first one we give you, then we can start building upon that. And we've got 5 or 6, I've got 10 different RMP businesses and networks I work with. But a lot of times someone, and this is just a caveat for you guys that are on, sometimes they'll see me make an offer that's not in their initial RMP, and that's because, those are with a different company, and they don't allow you to contract directly with them until you start showing some results. So we say, go with this particular company first, show some results, and then we can get you connected with some other companies.
Yvette says, I'm new to the podcast. What is RMP?
RMP stands for Referral Marketing Partners, Yvette. And what these are companies that pay our members and ourselves money to generate traffic and leads for them. So Yvette, you're on today and you're enjoying the podcast. I might could tell you audibly like I'm doing right now or through this video. Go over to terrywilson3.com/free book. And that's going to get you hooked up with, it's not Amazon, it's a company by Amazon called Audibles. And you'll be able to get a free audiobook and then try their service out for a month. And if you don't like it, cancel it and you don't pay anything. But if you want to keep it, it's $19. Well, sending you over there, where you buy anything or not, I get paid $15. That's just one example of a referral marketing partner. Within referral marketing, there is affiliate marketing, CPA marketing, lead marketing. There's several. So that phrase, that language covers a whole multitude of types of marketing.
Jose says, I'm a life insurance agent and I plan on using your program to get fresh new leads. What package do you recommend might best fit me? You're
going to need the Plus membership because at the sales rep and trainer level, you are trained on how to generate leads for the express purposes of selling this system and getting in front of people to sell the system too. How to use the system to generate leads for other types of businesses and all that is in the Plus membership. That's why you got to have the Plus membership to be able to do RMP, because those are different types of businesses. And every type of business, depending on the audience you're going after, you'll hear me say it in several different podcasts, but there's the 3 Ps that you got to have for any successful business. You have to have a great product, you have to have people to speak with, and you have to have a process to get in front of them and scale your conversion rates and lead generation and all that other stuff. So at the rep level, your process is just generating leads for this business, and the people we show you how to generate leads for is people for this business, and then your product is just this business. But when you go up to the Plus level, it's all of that plus processes to get in front of other types of leads, processes to monetize those leads, and different products to sell as well or give away. One of the things I'll do is I'll target, a certain region of the country and call them and leave what's called a voicemail drop. Phone doesn't ring. They get a message on their machine. It says, hey, this is Terry. Just wanted you to know you qualify for a free credit card right now. Go to, and I send them to an offer. They get a free credit card offer. It's a high risk loan type offer. I know the type of people I'm calling because I'm using my voice dialer. My voice dialer allows me to go in and do what's called a filtered scrubbed. So if I'm going voice broadcast message business to customer, I'll say, I want to voicemail drop. I want to call 1,000 people. And then over here, the credit score, I'm going to say poor. And so I'll target, 550 credit scores or under and send them to high risk credit loans. And a lot of times these folks are trying to get credit for themselves anyway. And by me making that offer, it's a very compelling offer, and I give them reasons to try it out and all of that. But when I do that, I'm making $25-$30 per opt-in. That's just one more way, one more strategy. That's how we use this particular tool in our system and one of our RMP partners. Any other questions?
No.
No.
Not so far.
No question. Okay. Do you have anything from ticket support that you promised? Okay. Well, guys, thank you for being on the podcast today. I know it was an afternoon podcast, but I've got an APS system I sold that I've got to go and do training for all of their people. Well, our APS system, just for you guys new to the podcast, is basically our large ticket item. It's a $25,000 system that elite members only can sell that, but when they sell it, it's an $18,000 payday, which is nice. And so for, insurance agencies, real estate agencies, larger organizations that need multiple systems and dashboards and back offices and all that, that's who uses that. But I want to encourage you guys to really consider about doing something this year. Don't make 2018 just another year that you thought about, dreamed about something, but do something, because I'm telling you, the tools, the strategies, they're out there. And if we can help you, we would love to. But until next time, this is Terry with TerryWilson3.com. Hey, remember, if you want to go to the next level, you have to grow to the next level. And that's why I want to give you a free copy of my new book, You Are Worth More. Go to TerryWilson3.com/worthmore now.
Thank you for listening to our show today at TerryWilson3.com. If you would like more information on how we can take your money, your business, and your life to the next level, then please visit us online at TerryWilson3.com or call 800-673-1728.
Man, it's a great system here. This is good stuff here. I wish I found this company 10 years ago.